The star power is always on display here at the LakePoint Sports Baseball Village, and there was plenty of wattage again as we hit the National Program Invitational for this Game Rewind. I'm Cory McCartney, this Grayson Rosen, and we've got a great one for you coming out of the 17U quarterfinal matchup between Easley Baseball Club and Scorpions, featuring a number of players who are likely to hear their names called in this upcoming summer's MLB draft, including the presumptive #1 pick, Ethan Holliday.
Yeah, it's hard to find a lot more talent in a game like this. You can't get better than #1 Ethan Holliday, but then you go down the list, and on his team, some of the top talent from Florida, and on the other side with Easley, you've got some of the best players from around Tennessee and Mississippi.
Well, certainly a star-studded affair and a much warmer affair as we sit here in the colder months here in Metro Atlanta. But let's take a look at the lineups and see how these teams are going to sort themselves out for this quarterfinal matchup. Scorpions leading off with Ty Kennedy, followed by Ethan Holliday, then Cash Williams, Lamar Edwards, Sebastian Hurtado, Steven Chucka hitting 6th, followed by Luke Beeler, Vince Farrell, Max Murray, Bryson Ayala, and Aaron Watson, the right-hander, will be on the mound. Meanwhile, Easley Baseball Club leading off with Cooper Waddle, Brandon Moranto, Gray Eubanks, Luke Romine, Chandler Day, Tanner Bellevaux, Ethan Barnes, Gabe Boyd, South McCoy, and Kevin Landry Farr. Bellevaux, the right-hander, will be on the mound. Let's go ahead and hit the field, and we'll take you into this week's Game Rewind. And here we get this game underway. Again, we're going to have Cooper Waddle at the plate for Easley Baseball Club, going to be followed by Braden Moranto and Gray Eubanks. First pitch is in there for ball 1, come out of the hands of Aaron Watson. Watson, Trinity Christian Academy, Virginia signee, #1 player in Florida, #5 right-handed pitcher in the nation in this class, 21st overall. Get that fastball up to 92 mile an hour, and 6'5", 205 pound. Studer Hunt, the vice president of scouting for prep baseball, likes to say you look at a frame and you dream on what a guy could end up looking like. And I think you look at that frame right now, and there could be plenty of muscle packed on when he hits Charlottesville. Yeah. Should he hit Charlottesville?
Yeah, that's kind of the big question is, will he be on a rookie ball team this time next year? But I think with Aaron Watson, you definitely have a lot of potential when you look at him on the mound.
Waddle puts that one in play. Shortstop has it. Holliday throws across the diamond, pulls the glove down in time to get the out. Nice job there at first.
Yeah, a little bit errant there, but gets saved a little bit by the first baseman, makes a good play, and nobody gets hurt on that collision. That is a common occurrence in baseball.
Yeah, it's interesting how often we saw that this past summer. Guys, some ridiculous velos over at shortstop and third base. Maybe you can't always control it, but able to get that glove down and get the first out. So now we're going to see Braden Moranto, Southern Miss signee from Amory High School, in Mississippi. 4th ranked shortstop in Mississippi, 24th overall. Kick and fly 6.97 in the 60.
Yeah, gets started off with a swing and a miss on a low fastball from Watson that just hit the zone in the perfect spot. But we'll see what he comes back with now. It's a little outside.
And Moranto, 2023 future gamer. Easley Baseball Club, one of those ones. I think each state seemingly has that school that is almost like a factory for putting guys into the future games. And Easley Baseball Club, certainly that for Mississippi and parts of that little area in Tennessee there around Mississippi. Moranto sends that one into play. Holliday has that for the second out.
Putting him to work early in the game.
Yeah, and I'm sure there were a lot of – this is a late-night game. This is going to go way into the wee hours, but I'm sure there was a lot of people there trying to get a look at Holliday. They were a little happy that he got some early action. They got to see the arm. They got to see him ranging a little bit at short.
Yeah, and in PI, being so early in the summer, you don't really get to a ton of college activity out there just because guys can't really talk. But they definitely want to get an eye. So you'll see the scouts every now and then walking by, but kind of no scouting to do on Ethan Holliday. Just about everybody knows what they're getting there.
Gray Eubanks at the plate now, Southern Miss signee. We'll have plenty of time to talk about Holliday a little bit later on as he obviously comes into this with ridiculous credentials. Eubanks sends that foul. Eubanks from Huntington High School in Tennessee. He's the top-ranked third baseman in the Volunteer State, 6th overall, 15th at the position nationally, 293 overall. Watson delivers. That's in for a strike. You really got to like just the rhythm from Aaron Watson. I mean, this is a guy, I think the more I spend time around the prep baseball scouts, they talk about the way a guy moves. And you watch the way that Aaron Watson moves down the mound. I mean, there is no question that this guy looks like a college pitcher.
Definitely. He's got, the build, the frame that we already talked about, and the motion is smooth. Everything about his pitching motion is fluid, especially when you're seeing a guy work out of the windup. It's just, he's kind of working more out of the stretch, even with nobody on, but much more comfortable in the way that he stands on the mound than you might see on a typical Saturday.
Miss there. Eubanks exit velos around 98.4, bat speed upwards of 83 miles an hour. That at 5'9", 185 pounds.
Yeah, whenever you see that number creeping into the 80s in bat speed, you know you've got a serious prospect on your hands.
Watson thought he had the strikeout.
It's a close one for sure.
You've umpired. If you see that reaction from a pitcher in the next pitch is borderline, are you going to give it to him, or
you're supposed to stay unbiased, but that one, no question on that one to punch him out.
All right, so Watson gets the inning-ending strikeout. Quick inning of work there for Scorpions. We'll see them at the plate as we continue from MPI.
Grilling is an art. Don't forget to add sausage, Picasso. Keep it juicy.
Jump to the jam, boogie woogie jam slam, bust the dialect, I'm the man in command, come flow with the sounds of the mighty.
Scorpions turned at the plate now. They're going to be facing off against Tanner Beliveau out of Petal High School in Mississippi, a Mississippi State signee. Ty Kennedy. Kennedy gets the bunt down. Beliveau has it, throws to first in time. And, man, we have nearly 2 collisions in the first inning, but able to get the out there. And Beliveau comes in fastballs upwards of 93 miles an hour. For the second-ranked catcher in Mississippi, 10th overall, but obviously we are seeing the two-way potential out of a guy who also has exit velos at 99.2 at the plate, and now he's got to face the aforementioned Ethan Holliday.
Obviously a guy with presence at the plate when he's walking around. Just about everybody knows, okay, that's the #1 guy. He might go #1 in the draft, and for Beliveau, this is a chance. He got the eyes on you to maybe make something happen.
Yeah, I think and when we get to this kind of tournament like MPI, I mean, maybe during the high school season, you might have pitchers that there's a little bit of butterflies and nerves when you're kind of facing a guy that the brother of Jackson Holliday, the son of Matt Holliday, that you maybe go into this matchup with a little more hesitation. But a guy like Beliveau, you're up for this challenge, and most of these pitchers he's going to be facing during the summer months want that mano-a-mano moment to go against a guy because they feel like they should be maybe a little bit higher in their own minds in the national rankings, and chasing down and getting an opportunity against a guy like this is a big moment for them. Yeah,
and I was going to say, maybe it's a guy you face in college, but it might maybe be a little bit more likely you face him in minor league, Major League Baseball. As the next time you'll see Holliday in the batter's box against you. But looks like we got a little buffer here with. We're not sure what's going to happen here on this pitch, but well. There we go. Now we're back. But yeah,
Magic
Ethan Holliday. The more it changes, the more it stays the same.
Oh,
there
just a wicked breaking ball there out of the hands of Beliveau, and he gets Holliday looking for the strikeout, and they're now 2 down in the inning.
Yeah, I know we kind of skipped past Ty Kennedy's presence as the leadoff hitter with the quick bunt out, but Ty Kennedy, a fellow Oklahoma State commit, of Ethan Holliday that went down on that bunt to start the inning. But now leading way for Cash Williams,
Yeah.
another name to talk about.
Yeah,
for sure.
Cash Williams is an absolute blast. I mean, think about a guy that, has spent a ton of time here at LakePoint Sports. He was a junior feature gamer in 2021 and 2020, a feature gamer in 2023 and 2022, and we'll see him this next month in Chicago at the Super 60. He's the #1 ranked catcher in Oklahoma, 6th at the position nationally, and he is a Tennessee signee.
Yeah, definitely just kind of the whole package, especially when you look at catchers, to have these kinds of numbers. He's got a 1.78 pop time, and he pairs that when he's on the base paths. He's got a 6.61. I'd be interested to see if he could steal a base on himself.
Yeah, he is an absolute talent for sure. And he's got some luxurious locks as he sends that one into the glove of the center fielder. That's going to bring an end to this inning. A very quick first inning as we move along. We'll be back from MPI in this Game Rewind.
At Academy Sports and Outdoors, you'll always find more fun with great brands at the best prices. More of this, and this. So you can get together for a little of that, and a lot more of that. And even some of that, and that's good. Have more fun with great brands at the best prices. Only at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
We'll see Luke Romine, Chandler Day, and Tanner Beliveau at the plate for Easley Baseball Club as we roll along in the second inning of this quarterfinal matchup from the National Program Invitational. First pitch from Watson to Romine misses low. Romine, you talk about the credentials of the players in this game. He absolutely brings them. An Ole Miss signee out of Hernando High School in Mississippi, 6 foot, 205-pounder, the #1 first baseman in Mississippi. He's 3rd nationally at the position.
Yeah, and when you look at those numbers across the board, obviously he can get some pop on the ball in 94 exit velo. It's a little bit outdated number as well, and just quite a talent when you look at him at the plate.
He was a 2022 feature gamer, a 21 junior feature gamer. Facing off against Watson on his way potentially to Virginia and swinging a miss for the strike.
Yeah, Watson showing off everything he's got here early in this game, and it's looking great.
He's got a 1-2 count against Romine. Excuse me, 2-2. Miss now, so again shows a full count. You have to see a base runner in this game. Fouls that off. Healthy crowd behind, watching a number again of high-level recruits, signees now as we get a little bit further along in the calendar. There is our first base runner as Watson just misses, and Romine will make his way down to first base. Now we're going to see Chandler Day.
Watson's just super close on those pitches on the outside half, but it seems like maybe not going to get the generous call there. We saw in that first inning, kind of missed one on the outside and then came back on the inside and got his guy looking. So trying to get things to work here.
Ball glances away from the catcher, and Romine will easily make his way down to second base. Chandler Day at the plate from Houston High School in Tennessee. Tennessee signee. We had Houston High School here during the spring break experience back in April. Always an exciting time. We'll be interested to see what squads we got coming into Emerson, Georgia for that event this week, this time around. Typically I run 1-2 weeks. I think we're going to have 3 weeks of it this year, so going to be a lot of high school teams making their way down to the baseball village here in 25.
Yeah, very exciting stuff. We've got a lot of opportunities to watch some high school baseball up here. Obviously, just in a couple of weeks from now, just actually exactly a month from the day that we're recording this, we'll have Georgia Dugout Club getting started up here. So
yeah, that'll be
lot to look
across.
forward
Yeah,
to.
if you're watching, you're able to get here to LakePoint Sports. That'll be the 14th and 15th, 21st and 22nd. There'll be a number of the top teams in the state of Georgia starting off their seasons here at LakePoint Sports. There'll be a ton of high-level players in that tournament, without question.
Yeah, can't think of a better way to spend your Valentine's Day.
That's right. I'm sure the love of your life would truly appreciate getting a hot dog or some of the grab-and-go Mexican dishes that we're now cooking up in the concession stands here into the Scout Towers.
Great pitch right there by Watson to catch the upper half and set himself up well in this at-bat.
Romine at second base. Bellevue in the on-deck circle.
Quite the standoff here.
Yeah, who steps out? Chandler Day steps out.
First, it looked like Watson disengaged first and then immediately steps back and toes the rubber, and then they just keep holding out right there. Seems like maybe Watson and his catcher aren't necessarily on the exact same page. That catcher being Sebastian Hurtado.
Hurtado at Timber Creek High School. He's a UCF signing. We'll get into him a little bit more as this game goes on.
Timber Creek, one of the few Florida teams that came up here for Georgia
Yeah.
Dugout Club last year.
Second baseman has it. Cannot glove it, though, as it gets away from his hands. And so we're going to have runners at first and third. Is now going to get a look at the opposing pitcher, Tanner Bellevue. Now get a look at him at the plate again. Primarily a catcher, so this guy can absolutely rake. Mentioned those exit velos, 99.2 bat speed, north of 72 miles an hour for the Mississippi State signee.
Yeah, certainly just an athlete. When you look all around, obviously we know he's starting on the other end, and here he's up to bat. So a lot going for Tanner Bellevue in this game.
Watson starts him off with a strike that at 90 miles an hour. The cash in here. Runners at the corners. We set in the second inning in a scoreless game. Bellevue ropes that down the right side, gets away from the first baseman. Here comes one run for Easley Baseball Club, and now have him at first and second.
Easley off to a hot start in this inning. Aaron Watson putting the ball, you know, he's throwing competitive pitches. He hasn't really gotten wild whatsoever. It's just good work by Easley making contact on pitches that maybe other people are taking.
So now 2 on, and Watson will have to deal with Liberty signee Ethan Barnes out of Magnolia Heights High School in Mississippi. And the number of ranked catchers in this game is pretty wild. And Barnes, another of those, the 5th-ranked catcher in Mississippi, 29th overall. Pop time's down to 191. Here he is at the plate where he's got exit velos of 92.4 and a bat speed. This is not a typo. Up to 86.8 miles an hour.
Wow. So watch out. Oh, and he's not even going to use it. He lays down the bunt right when we start talking about his bat speed.
Yep. Yeah, Barnes, 2023 and 2022 feature gamer, also a 2020 junior feature gamer. That coming right out of COVID. Obviously a very different time. Barnes has been able to capitalize, though, on his opportunities, and now as a Liberty signee, but going to be making his way down to first base and loading the bases after getting hit on the bunt attempt.
You don't see that all too often.
Yeah.
Typically, a guy trying to pull that back ends up a lot of times hitting the bat, but gets him on the wrist, it looked like, and finds his way onto first base, and bases loaded now for Easley.
And another Mississippi State signee strides up to the plate, and Gabe Boyd out of Christian Brothers High School in Tennessee, 6'3", 185-pounder. 4th-ranked shortstop in Tennessee. Putting some pressure on Watson here as Easley already leads 1-0 here in the second. Barnes gets that past the first baseman. Here comes one run for Easley. Here comes another, make it 3-0 here in the second inning as Ethan Barnes comes through with a laser down the right side to score 2.
Yeah, and if you look at what they're doing right now, they are absolutely torturing that right side of the infield. They're just, you start off, you have the misplayed ball at second base that gets a base runner on, and then now you've hit 2 past the first baseman. It's good work right now by Easley. You see that one off the right-hander going almost as opposite as you could go without getting foul for a right-handed batter, and sneaks one down the line for 2 runs to score.
We need a moment to regroup here for Watson as things have really gotten awry. Yet to record an out here in the second inning as they now trail 3-0.
Yeah, I think for a guy like Watson, you know he's got the ability to fight back. It's really just a confidence thing. Can he stay up there on the mound even though he's given up these 3 runs here in this inning and just try and get outs?
When he does return to the mound and we reset, he'll see South McCoy, Southern Miss signee at a Tupelo High School in Mississippi. Another guy who can get it done, 99.4 exit velos, bat speed is 78.3. If you were recording mound visits and the catcher steps off the mound,
Yep.
then goes back, is that 2 or should that be 2 or is it just 1?
I think it's just 1, but the umpire should certainly not, turn his back to everybody and then just let him go back to talking.
Yeah.
But, they got their words out. They figured things out here. I'll give them some grace.
All right, so Watson back to work and South McCoy with a chance to build on a 3-0 lead for Easley Baseball Club here in the second. They have put the pressure on Scorpions.
Watson definitely trying to keep his runner at first base there while trying to search for a double play with no outs in this inning.
Miss inside to McCoy. Spent some time with South McCoy coming out of the 2023 feature games when he was here representing Mississippi. Have him in a pickle. See if the runner does take off, gets away from the second baseman, so another run's going to score, make it 4-0 as the rundown allowed Easley to show some heads-up baseball running and able to get another run across the plate.
Yeah, that was great work right there by Easley on the base paths. You disrupt things, you make guys kind of do something that they're maybe not quite prepared to do so yet, and you get a run out of it. So great work.
So it's now 4-0. Still searching for that first out here in the second inning. Watson drops that breaking ball 78 miles an hour in for a strike. Certainly a frustrating run here for Scorpions and itching to get at the plate and see if they can find a response. But as of right now, just searching for that first out. That's in for another strike off another breaking ball. Counts now 1-2. Boyd at first base.
Ooh, close one on the
Yeah,
inside
holds
half.
off, goes breaking ball on 3 straight pitches and able to get the call on the third one, so the count's now going to be 2-2. One fouled off, and Boyd will have to make his way back to first.
It seems like you throw those 3 consecutive breaking balls, you try and switch something up on him on the fastball. It just seems like Easley right now is sitting on a fastball. That's what they want to see. You saw him take 2 breaking balls looking and then watches another one pass by for a ball. I think Easley knows that they want to jump on Aaron Watson's fastball right now.
Yeah, well, he goes back to the breaking ball, and that one drops in front of the right fielder for another base hit. So change the game plan there. They're able to adjust, South McCoy does, and he's got himself another hit, and Easley just keeps the chain rolling.
Yeah, good work right there by South McCoy to wait on that one. Like we said, they kind of seemed like they were looking for fastball, but it seemed like Watson kind of looped that one in at the top of the zone, and South McCoy capitalized.
So we go from South McCoy to Kevin Landry Farr.
Looking to keep things going here. Still no outs recorded in this inning, and we're now into the final batter in the lineup looking to flip it back over to Cooper Waddle.
Another Southern Miss signee out of North Point Christian High School in Arkansas, 6'4", 180-pounder.
Southern Miss, certainly familiar with a lot of guys in this on this Easley team. We got, I believe, 5 signees throughout this roster today.
Well, if Southern Miss turns into a College World Series contender in the next few years, Easley Baseball Club seemingly going to have a part to play in all that. Defensive bunt attempt as he's able to send that foul.
Yeah, it seemed like he was real committed to laying one down right there and had to really reach for it.
Well, if you're Easley, seemingly everything's going your way in this inning, so you might as well see what happens even if you're trying to extend out for a pitch maybe you shouldn't try to foul off. God knows everything else has been working for him.
Yeah. And I will point this out. Farr, a pitcher by trade. That's his ranked position. At least he's the third-ranked right-handed pitcher in the state of Arkansas. So, sorry, not Arkansas.
Arkansas, yeah.
Yeah, Arkansas. So certainly maybe he's used to bunting.
It's another one down, but that's going foul.
He's given it an honest try, but now with 2 strikes and no outs in this inning, I feel like bunting might be out of the cards.
Well, we've seen it happen before. We'll see
true.
if Farr stays in that vein or if he's going to be swinging away with now a 2-2 count. Still no outs in the inning. Watson spins around. Here comes a 2-2. Sends that foul, and the AB will continue. It'll be the 39th pitch upcoming for Watson, as we said here in the second inning.
Yeah, just about all of that going in this inning right now. I started off this inning with 12 pitches heading into it, and now looking at number 39.
Yeah, an exceedingly fast first inning for both sides, and we have seen this game pace slow down dramatically here in the top of the second as Easley has raced out to a 4-0 lead. Defensive swing goes to Holliday, flips it to second for 1 out, throws to first in time for another. So a crucial and key double play for Scorpions as they finally record some outs, but we did see a runner advance to third. He's easily up 4-0, now 90 feet away from another run.
Yeah, and that's definitely just a confidence boost as well for this Scorpions team. You get a solid play, no defensive issues there on that one, and you get 2 outs to hopefully put yourself much closer to getting out of this inning.
We didn't have much time to talk about Cooper Waddle during his first AB, so here he is very quickly up again out of Waba High School in Mississippi, a Southern Miss signee, as he swings through the first offering from Watson there for a strike. He was here for feature games in 2023 and 2022, also a 21 junior feature gamer. 60 times down to 6.94 as he swings through again for another strike.
Yeah, and another guy in this lineup that we see is ranked as a left-handed pitcher, actually, a number 3 left-handed pitcher in Mississippi, and gets the fastball up into the 90s, but leading off in this game. So some two-way potential for Cooper Waddle.
Sends that one foul. Yeah, 5'10", 163 pounds.
It's impressive to get the fastball up into the 90s with that frame.
Yep. He's got 2 strikes on him and 2 down with a runner at third base and a 4-0 lead for Easley here in the second. Doesn't bite on the fastball on the outside portion. Make it 1-2.
Cooper Waddle, no stranger to late July here in Emerson, Georgia. 21 future gamer, and then was back 2 years in a row as a future gamer, 22 and 23.
Another miss on another fastball, that one at 90. Payoff pitch, gonna miss that one inside. Runner's not gonna take off.
Yeah, that one took a big kick off the backstop and well played by Hurtado back there to stop another run from coming across.
Yeah, that miss at 90, that was the first time in a little bit that we've seen Watson up to 90. The fastball has kind of been ticking a little bit down more towards the 88 range, but he ratchets it up there on that miss to run the count full. Ground ball in play. Holliday has it. Gathers, throws near the grass in time for the inning ending out, but we have seen Easley race to a 4-0 lead. We'll be back with more from this Game Rewind.
Where's it written? Only grill burgers? Nowhere. That's where. Now throw on some sausage. And keep it juicy.
Boogie woogie jam slam, bust the dialect. I'm the man in command. Come, flow with the sounds of the mighty mic.
It'll be Lamar Edwards, followed by Sebastian Hurtado and Steven Chukka, as Scorpions tries to answer after we saw a 4-run outburst from Easley Baseball Club at the top of the second inning. Beliveau delivers ball 1 to Edwards.
Just a little bit high there for Edwards, and gets called the ball there on the first pitch.
Edwards out of Spruce Creek High School in Florida, a Duke signee, 6th-ranked outfielder in Florida, 28th overall in the position.
Definitely a major league build for the outfield.
Yeah, 6'1", 195 pounds. Sends that one dribbling back towards the backstop. And we saw as Watson exited in the final pitch after that ground out, his 46th pitch of the game, that latest one there, was just 14 for Beliveau. He's been efficient thus far, as his team has also backed him up by racing out to a 4-0 lead. Swings through that drop third. Throw will beat Edwards, so they'll quickly be 1 down here in the second for Scorpions.
That was a beautiful pitch to get him swinging, and great work on Beliveau, and then your catcher making a good play behind the plate and getting the easy out at first.
Speaking of catchers, here's another in Sebastian Hurtado, the UCF signee we mentioned during one of his mound visits to Watson. He's 5th at the position in Florida, 32nd overall in the nation. Chases pop times of 1.80 and a 81 catcher velo by ripping off 94 exit velos at the plate for the 6-foot, 195-pounder.
Yeah, fun fact about my connection to Sebastian Hurtado, the second ever video I made here at LakePoint was Hurtado, I believe, hitting a homer or a triple at GDC last year.
Hey, you mentioned Timber Creek, one of those rare Florida schools that have come up for that event.
Yeah, I think the reason they got up here is that they are so close to the Florida-Georgia line, not the band, but the true border written on the map. But they're so close to that line that you might as well get up here.
You might as well say they want to cruise on up to here.
Yeah, maybe rolled the windows down as well.
That's right. Hurtado fighting off every offering seemingly from Beliveau, puts that in play. Will go foul. Hurtado will be followed by Steven Chukka. Luke Beeler, if this inning continues. A few UCF players in this game for Scorpions, Hurtado among them.
Yeah, obviously the Orlando Scorpions getting some guys recruited to UCF in Orlando, Florida makes a lot of sense, but they really just dominate Central Florida in general. They have found so much talent throughout the years with this organization, finding that talent across that Central Florida, and there's certainly a hotbed for major league talent. You've seen a lot of it come out of there.
But weirdly, you have 3 players with Oklahoma/Oklahoma State connections. Obviously, it's a known commodity there with the Holidays.
Yes.
Jackson was a commit there as well. Their uncle coaching Oklahoma State. Matt was actually coaching there for a while too, at one point.
I believe he might still be the hitting coach.
Gotcha.
He does do some things with the team from what I've seen.
Hurtado rips that down the left side. Third baseman has it long throw, and they will get the catcher. Quick, kind of close play there at first, but another out.
That's a great throw across the diamond at third base. Fantastic work. Looked like maybe Gabe Boyd over there at third.
Another UCF signee now, and Steven Chukka steps up to the plate out of Haggerty High School in Florida, 5'11", 175-pounder. Listed as an outfielder, 9th at his position, 50th nationally. He's trying to get something going here for Scorpions, trailing 4-0 as he swings through the first offering from Bellevaux. That fastball at 88. Seen Bellevaux top out at 92 so far.
And showing a really strong pitch mix as well.
Missing that breaking ball at 77.
One of the things that is so nice about watching, these big tournaments when you've got some of the best players in the nation on display is that you don't have to see a lot of balls go to the backstop. You don't have to see a lot of errors all over the field. You get to see some really high quality baseball through and through, and it's really a unique opportunity to watch.
Well, we're not far logistically from Rome and the now Rome Emperors. In a lot of ways, I mean, you talk about guys who are playing low A baseball is not that far of a cry from a guy who is a college signee getting ready to go off and either get drafted or potentially even playing at those low A squads or playing, high-level college baseball.
Yeah, there's some guys in this game that might not even be 2 years removed from playing at that Rome Emperor Stadium.
Chukka goes down on strikes off a 92-mile-an-hour fastball from Bellevaux. 4-0 continues to be the lead for Easley. Will be back from the baseball village.
Next. Next. Stop.
You got it?
No. Keep going.
Again.
Next. Next.
If you don't pick one.
Oh, you have time. Am I keeping you from your job? Next. I don't even know where I am anymore. Stop.
Do we finally have it?
Let's go back to the beginning.
Are you
Your
joking?
electric future customized. The fully electric Audi Q4 e-tron.
Making every second count. That is how I live. And this is how I hydrate. Body Armor Sport Water. Water for the athlete in all of us.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere?
And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf. Because we're busy women.
We don't have time for lag or buffering. Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again?
Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
Braden Moranto, Gray Eubanks, and Luke Romine at the plate for Easley Baseball Club, up 4-0 here in the third. And they'll be facing a new pitcher for Scorpions out of East River High School in Florida. It's South Florida signee Michael Sine. Sine, 6'2", 190-pounder with fastball up to 92. Also has a changeup, 83-85, a curveball that sits 79-81, and a slider, 77-81, with over 2,500 spin.
Yeah, and Sine returned to LakePoint later in the year, in the fall, a couple of those fall tournaments for Orlando Scorpions. And then after that, spent some time in October playing for the Czech national team.
Wow. We had a foreign exchange student from Czech in our house that could have connected them. Now 1-1 count off that 91-mile-an-hour fastball from Sine.
Big bounce.
Yeah, big bounce. Second baseman has it, bare hands it in time for the out. Man, what a fantastic play at second base there from Ty Kennedy.
Beautiful work from Ty Kennedy, trying to maybe make up for a couple of misplayed balls in that last inning that got some runs around for Easley, and that one certainly a highlight reel play.
So Moranto down off that bouncer to Kennedy, and now here is Gray Eubanks for the second time. I don't know about 7 batters into the last AB before Easley recorded its first out, and very quickly one down here with Sine on the mound.
Yeah, big change for how your inning looks for Scorpions here.
A wicked changeup, 84 miles an hour off the hands of Sine for strike 1.
Yeah, that was a beautiful pitch for a swing and miss. Really give you some more confidence heading into the rest of the at-bat.
Hey, if you got a team that's hunting fastball and you can start working in that changeup, goes fastball there and gets away from him and make it 1-1.
Might want to go back to the changeup after that one.
Yeah, we saw against Watson, they were sitting fastball, and then he tried to start working in the breaking ball, and they just found a way to set back on that pitch. And here comes another one to Kennedy. Has it, another slick bit of glove work there to get the second out.
He's trying to put some good glove work on display.
He's certainly done that over these last 2 batters to get 2 down quickly here in the inning. And now here's Luke Romine. Miss Siney steps to the plate, looking those pink batting gloves. It's in for a strike, 90 miles an hour in the outside corner.
And Easley you don't see this often. 3 straight lefties in this inning so far in this part of the lineup. Something you don't see often, and kind of lucking out this far with facing 2 righty pitchers to start the day.
And it goes back to the fastball again. Got himself an 0-2 count to Romine. This is way outside on that 91-mile-an-hour fastball.
It's the deepest he's gone into an at-bat this far without throwing a changeup. We'll see what he brings here.
Comes a 1-2. Romine rips this one into center field, has him on the run. That's going to be off the wall. Luke Romine standing at second base with a double as he bounces that one off the batter's eye.
Yeah, so we see Sine go back to the changeup, and then quickly we saw that reaction. It obviously didn't end it how he maybe would have liked to.
Yeah, I think for a second there, Sine thought that might have been over the top of the fence for a solo shot for Romine, but nonetheless he'll be standing at second base with a double. And
now the 4th consecutive lefty in the lineup comes up to the plate. Chandler Day.
Tennessee signee Day had a chance to cash in his potential future SEC opponent. And Romine standing at second base off that double. Change up, swing and a miss by Day. Goes change up again, and that's in for a strike. Sine certainly attacking the Scorpions hitter, these Easley's hitters.
Day at Houston High School in Tennessee. He's the number 7 player in Tennessee, and then the number 1 player in Tennessee, Ryan Mitchell, the Georgia Tech signee, is his teammate at Houston.
Well, Scorpions gets the job done as Sine gets the swing and the miss for the strikeout. Easley strands one. They still lead 4-0. We'll be back as we continue our game rewind from the National Program Invitational.
So yeah, outrage is trending. Our feed's stirring us up, splitting us up. What if we came out from behind our walls and keyboards just for a sec and just go yard, front yard? Come out bagging, jumping, check on that Johnsonville feed. Let our individual flavors blend together. Yes, block nobody, block party. Keep it juicy.
The Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
We're going to see Luke Beeler followed by Vince Farrell and then Max Murray for Scorpions, who trail 4-0 as we move along. Belleville back on the mound for Easley, and he has looked awfully strong so far. Wait a minute. Looks like we're going to get a weather delay in this one. Those unfortunate things we have here at LakePoint Sports. We'll be back as we continue action from this Game Rewind when the weather subsides. And we're back faster than any weather-related delay that you will experience at LakePoint Sports, and all the players, coaches, and parents that have been here before know how long some of those can rage on in the summer months. Tanner Belleville back on the mound as he'll be back after this delay, and it's like the delay never happened because he's going to be facing again Luke Beeler. So right back at it. We'll see how long that delay, which was about 20 minutes or so, how much that impacts Belleville. Beeler fouls that one off.
It certainly impacted our crowd. Seems like
really
few people might have decided that maybe it was a little bit too late now. This game, spoiler alert, ends up going past the midnight hour.
Beeler, Wichita State signee at the plate, watches that in for a ball. Yeah, we had a pretty strong crowd when this thing was really going. Still got a 4-0 lead for Easley. Beeler fouls that off. I think you always, at any level of baseball, right, whenever you have any kind of a delay and a pitcher's rolling, you always wonder, is he going to be back out there? And if he is he still going to be in the same rhythm? Because there's only so much you can do to stay fresh when you're sitting out there and unable to get out and keep that arm loose.
I think Belleville lucked out a little bit with this being, it was around like a 30 to 40 minute delay.
Yeah.
That's not, ridiculously long time. It's
well, his offense gave him that kind of a break when they were rolling up 4 runs in the second inning.
Exactly. So, it's not too extended of a delay. You can get in the bullpen, halfway through that delay and just kind of throw some pitches to keep warm and then kind of take a break until you have to get back out there. And starts off with a walk, so maybe feeling a little bit of the rust from sitting around, but kind of lucked out as opposed to some other delays that you'll see around here where just, especially if it's raining and you're getting just lightning for hours, it certainly throws you off quite a bit.
This is a 6-pitch walk to Beeler, and now we're going to see Bryant signee Vince Farrell, Osceola Fundamental High School. 27th ranked outfielder in Florida, trying to get something rolling for this Scorpions team that has not had a lot work well for them at the plate so far as they trail 4-0. But they got themselves a leadoff walk and a glimmer of hope here as we sit in the third inning.
And definitely see Belleville having some issues there. It seems like something with the ball. He talked to the umpire for a second. The umpire took the ball from him and gave it right back. Now he's kind of rubbing it on his pants like I'm not sure what might have happened there. Now we see another issue with this same baseball. The catcher trading it out with the home plate umpire.
Not round enough.
Maybe that Luke Romine double put a little too much hurt into it.
See if he likes this one a little bit more. Sends that off foul. Fastball. Belleville up to 92 when we previously saw him prior to the delay. He's been sitting around 88 with the fastball in this return. When gets away from him, Beeler easily makes his way down to second base ahead of the throw.
Surprisingly close throw with how long it took him to find that ball behind him, but Beeler comes in safe and definitely seems like Belleville feeling the effects of waiting this one out and trying to come back out on the mound.
Well, there's some coaches that will subscribe to the philosophy that a pitcher only has so many bullets, and eventually you're going to lose that either that velocity or you're just guy only has so much in him for a day. And when you take a delay like that and add to it, I mean, it's just going to add stress pitches as the guy comes back out, because you can get out there and work the bullpen during a break, but they're not the same kind of pitches that you're throwing in game.
Yeah,
swing and a miss.
It's a lot different when you don't have a guy in the batter's box trying to thwart whatever plan you have.
Count is now full here to Farrell. This is low and outside, and that's going to be back-to-back walks from Beliveau. Now he's going to deal with Max Murray.
Certainly the best chances that Scorpions have really had to this point to maybe get something going, and Beliveau kind of missing the mark at the moment. You hope that this bottom part of your lineup can get something going for you.
Murray, another UCF signee for this Scorpion squad out of Haggerty High School. Craig Counsell-esque high bat hold.
Yeah. It's a great pull right there, Craig Counsell.
You better have some. You better have some fast hands
Yeah.
if you're going to go that route, or you're going to go Julio Franco, where you're pointing the barrel directly at the pitcher's head.
Yeah, I think part of that load is bringing those hands down a little bit. But it's a great point. You definitely have to have fast hands if you want to get to the ball, but maybe it's a way for him to spread the field a little bit more.
Ropes that one into center field, and that will be
down.
Down for a base hit. We had to add some suspense there as the runners advance to third. So we're going to have the bases loaded off that Max Murray single. Now we see Bryson Ayala.
I'm thinking Max Murray is just an old school kind of guy at the plate. I feel like he maybe watched a lot of old baseball learning his swing, because you even saw on the hit he kind of did like the flip out of the hands. There's something you just don't really see anymore out of most guys at the major league level. So Max Murray maybe giving us a little taste of some old school baseball.
Tulane signee Bryson Ayala with a chance to cash in and eat into this 4-0 lead for Easley. He's got the bases loaded with nobody out here in the third inning.
It's a guy who's got exit velos up to 100.8, so wow. Grand slam not out of the cards.
The 14th ranked shortstop in Florida, 66 overall in the class at a Melbourne senior high school.
Close miss right there, but Ayala takes a ball.
Sends that one back foul, and then make the count now 2-1. Or 2-2, excuse me. I think we've gotten to the point where the only people watching now are family and LakePoint employees.
Yep. Got looks like a wow factor player back there behind the plate. I feel like, some people, and I'm not one of them, would like to go home and sleep.
Yeah. Well, the new Element Hotel, which you can see being built in the outfield, will allow you to go into your hotel room and potentially even watch games from up there from the comfort of your room. You
see it over there in left field.
Yep. So Ayala draws the bases loaded walk. So the Scorpions now have themselves on the board as things have kind of gotten away from Tanner Beliveau as we've come out of this this weather delay.
Yeah, I think if you just looked at the box score and didn't know that there was a long delay, you'd kind of be a little confused on how Scorpions' first run comes from walking the bases all the way around. And obviously with that delay, you're hoping that you can still just get Beliveau to salvage this inning and then make a change, because we've talked about tournaments like this that you just use up so many arms and you're just trying to get to the next day. But with Beliveau, he's a talent that you don't really want to take off the mound.
The unfortunate thing is there's nobody out. The bases are still loaded, and now you're dealing with the top of the Scorpions order, which means you got to see Ty Kennedy, Ethan Holliday, and Cash Williams.
Yeah, certainly. I'm going to give Beliveau a chance here, but a short leash, if I had to guess, coming out of this pitcher's meeting.
Yeah, up 4-0. I think the last thing Easley wants to do is allow these big bats an opportunity to continue to eat into that lead, which is now 3 runs.
And Scorpions on the other side trying to find anything right now. You're go down early and you have this long delay to kind of sit around for a while and think about the fact that, oh, man, we're still losing by 4 runs when we come back from this and what it's going to take to climb that hill. And right now they're giving it quite an attempt at climbing.
Fastball at 89 misses outside, so the count is going to be 2-0 to Kennedy. That is in for a strike at 87. Kennedy, East River High School in Florida, Oklahoma State signee. He's got a chance to continue to eat into this lead as he swings through that one. He wanted all of it right there as he goes through that 87-mile-an-hour fastball. Whoa. That one nearly goes back to the backside. That was almost all kinds of trouble for Bellevue.
Almost, fortunately, a breaking ball, so it came back down for his catcher a little bit. But, yeah, if that one would have got past you, certainly would have seen some more issues. But 2-2 count now.
Yeah, I saw a sigh of relief from Bellevue as he walked back to the mound.
Something just caught my eye with our catcher's glove there behind the plate. Seems like he's got like a discolored palm in there. Give him a closer target, maybe. Interesting thing you don't see too often. Looks like a scoreboard discrepancy.
Yeah, counts full at 3-2.
You see when this catcher opens up his glove. See that discolored palm in there to give a little bit more of a focal point for his pitcher.
Kennedy holds off on the high fastball, so we're going to walk in another run. It's now 4-2.
Yeah, not at all what you'd like to see in this kind of restart here for Tanner Bellevue. We'll see if they make a decision yet. Looks like he'll stay in. Oh, never mind. A late decision by Easley to come out, and that's the second mound visit, so we will see a pitching change and the end of Tanner Bellevue's day on the mound.
All right, so when we return, we'll tell you about the new pitcher for Easley as they are up 4-2 over Scorpions in this game rewind. Alex Love is the new pitcher for Easley Baseball Club, and safe to say Alex probably does not love the situation that he's stepping into now as things have kind of gone awry for Easley here in the third inning. They still lead 4-2, but he's now got to face off against #1 player in the country, Ethan Holliday, followed by Cash Williams.
Yeah, definitely not an ideal position to come into this game, but Alex Love certainly no stranger to some big moments being on this Easley baseball team.
Love, a Mississippi Gulf Coast junior college signee. He's the 8th-ranked lefty in Mississippi, 58th overall at 6'5", 205 pounds.
And the fastball gets up in around 88, but I think the number that jumps off the page to me is that 2,500 spin.
Holliday puts that in play. First base soldiers the second. Going to get away from the shortstop as 1 run scores for Scorpions. Here comes another. Got him off the bag. They did not, so he's going to be standing at third. Holliday puts it in play and causes some havoc, so we see 2 more runs cross the plate for Scorpions here. We got a 4-3 game.
Yeah, Ty Kennedy making things a little bit interesting over there at third, but rolls in safely. That's a big spot right there. Good work by Ethan Holliday.
So now Cash Williams' turn.
It's a really tough spot for Love to come into, man. It's you don't really want to put that on him. It was a grounder and then an error, so tough start for Love's day on the mound, but you can't really hold your head on that one.
First pitch to Williams' sky back foul. Imagine that hit off the roof of the scout tower and scared the bejesus out of somebody inside there.
Yeah, that's the fun part about that is you know, if you're watching the game, you know it's coming, but those people over there on Field 12 probably didn't.
Well, the people in the scout tower, too. If it hits up high enough and hits the roof of that scout tower, which is metal, and it lands on that thing, it is just, there's no preparing you for that.
You'll be ringing for a few minutes.
Another one. He's got his intentions on causing some chaos for somebody in either the field behind or the scout tower.
Maybe Ethan Holliday trying to snag second base on that one, but he'll return. See what Cash Williams has to offer now.
So fastballs at 86 and 87 miles an hour from Love are both fouled back.
Pickoff attempt to Holliday there.
Gets Holliday, but another run does score. Now got a tie ball game at 4-4.
Yeah, it's tough for Easley to have given up these runs, but it was a good move right there to just go ahead and get the safe out that you already had lined up for you with Ethan Holliday on the base paths and let that run score. Now Cash Williams trying to do it all himself now.
That was literally a sacrifice rundown from Holliday.
Yeah.
He wasn't even attempting to get himself out of the way of that one. He said, "You got me."
It's team play right there. It's team baseball by Ethan Holliday.
Make my way back to the dugout and get us another run. Tie this thing up.
So somebody trying to give Cash Williams some payback for sending those foul balls out of play.
Should just stand up on the steps of the scout tower and just try to pelt guys.
We're not telling anybody to do that. We'll go ahead and say that.
That's right, yeah.
It's going to come back on us
if
that
true.
does happen. Ooh, gets down low for that
rocket down the side foul.
Sending it back to whoever hit that one into play. Cash Williams trying to make Avery Hunt bring some more baseballs out.
Yeah, there you go. Well, they did have to get a ridiculously large amount of baseballs late in the season here because we do go through so many of them, which is so funny because it's a confined area.
Yeah.
We have home runs, but not a ton of home runs here. Foul balls are largely hit onto another field, so.
Yeah. I got a feeling there's some dirty work doing players, coaches, just toss them in buckets when they can.
Yeah, I would assume there are many a coach who has dozens of prep baseballs in their arsenal that they're ripping off for batting practice.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever, I'm sure. You look, I don't think Avery's going to go around doing bucket checks on coaches, so I think he'll just have to eat that one. But Cash Williams making his time well spent, but ends with a strikeout there. Good work by Love.
Yeah, 87-mile-an-hour fastball from Love gets the second out. So now here is Lamar Edwards with 2 down. 4-4 game.
So after giving up that error that allows some runs to score and then getting Ethan Holliday out on the base pass, he gives a 7-pitch at bat with Cash Williams and now finishes that one with a strikeout and has to face Edwards, hoping to get another out here, finish off this inning.
Yeah, I say 4-4, but this is now 5-4 that we have seen Scorpions take the lead here. Edwards watches it in for a strike.
And we were talking in the break when we were watching Love throw his warm-up pitches. Very similar look to Garrett Crochet. Obviously, he's not tapping 102, but that's for the guys at the major league level. And that one hit well, but foul. But Love definitely, mechanics-wise, reminiscent of Garrett Crochet. Recent Red Sox pitcher now.
Yeah, I'm sure Mississippi Gulf Coast is going to be excited to get him, and then I'm sure whatever Division I school latches on after he packs on some pounds and ratchets up that fastball a little bit, going to be more than happy to get their hands on Alex Love. Swing and a miss from Edwards on that 86-mile-an-hour fastball. 5-4, though, is the lead for Scorpions when we come back with this Game Rewind.
Grilling is an art. Don't forget to add sausage, Picasso. Keep it juicy.
Jump to the jam, boogie woogie jam slam, bust the dialect, I'm the man in command. Come, flow with the sounds of the mighty.
Michael Sine came in ahead of the weather delay for Scorpions, and he will stay in there as we back now in action. Tanner Beliveau, the Mississippi State signee, at the plate for Easley here, trailing 5-4. First pitch swinging, he sends that one down the right side, and that one's going to be backtracking, gone for the Mississippi State signee, Tanner Beliveau. First pitch swinging on the changeup, and he absolutely sends a dart into the right field fence, over the top of the fence, mind you, for a leadoff home run for Easley.
Yeah, so the starting pitcher for Easley gets them right back into the game and ties this thing right back up here after surrendering some runs last time out. Great work by Tanner Beliveau to send that one opposite
just
field.
had an absolute line on it, too. Guy has 99-mile-an-hour exit velos, and that was just on a rope over top of the right field fence.
Yeah, at first looked like it might have just been a line drive that maybe hits the wall, but just kind of kept creeping out there and got himself over the wall and made this quickly a tie ball game again.
So now 5-5, and here is Ethan Barnes.
Tough look for Sine. We were just talking about with Beliveau, his struggles coming out of the delay, and now Sine doing the same thing coming out of the delay, and a little bit of a shaky start, but nothing you can't fight back from.
It's in for a strike, so goes 90-mile-an-hour fastball, misses, goes back to a 90-mile-an-hour fastball and hits it for a strike. Counts now 1-1. Ooh, changeup dives into the dirt, catches him swinging there for swing and a miss for strike 2.
That was a beautiful pitch by Sine, and you set him up with that fastball. First one high, next one inside, and then you go to the outside with the changeup. It was perfectly executed.
Sine goes right back to it,
Wow.
gets himself a strikeout, responds after the leadoff home run to Beliveau, has Barnes going down on strikes.
Yeah, don't read into that leadoff home run too much. That was a good way to bounce back right there for Sine. Seems like he hasn't necessarily missed a step since that delay.
Now Gabe Boyd with one down. Goes fastball, but misses. That gets away from his catcher, Hurtado. Swing and a miss on that fastball at 90. See the game behind us over there. Looks like it's all wrapped up.
I think we just had a big celebration over there.
Maybe, yeah.
It did look like they were about to group up to get things wrapped up over there, but got a feeling they're probably on a similar path to this one here.
Yeah, it goes back to that changeup. Been a fantastic pitch for the South Florida signee Sine. Got himself a 2-2 count to Boyd here. He allowed a leadoff home run, then responded with a strikeout. Goes changeup again, another K, back-to-back ones for Sine, and that changeup has been a awfully effective weapon for him.
Yeah, having a handle on that kind of off-speed pitch, especially when you consider the fact that he had to sit through that delay, it's extremely good pitch. Doing some good work for him as well.
Heavy diet of him. There's another one. That one at 81 on the outside.
Definitely just kind of riding with his confidence right now, and that changeup is certainly as confident as you can get in a pitch. Changes up the speed on him with the fastball.
So they got a piece of Hurtado inside of his arm.
Yeah, fouled that off and kind of seemed like it just missed his pad there on the chest and got him on the arm and rib cage. But he'll fight through it, it looks like.
The 2-down count is now 0-2 to South McCoy.
So we saw the home run surrendered on the first pitch of the inning, and now he's fought back to 2 consecutive strikeouts, and he's got an 0-2 count here. It's looking great, bouncing back from that home run for Sine.
Oh, another changeup goes back to the same pitch that he's had so much effectiveness with here in this inning, especially that same location. But that one's going to miss and run the count to 1-2.
Yeah, reminiscent of the pitch that left Aaron Watson trotting back to the dugout and then back out to the mound.
Can't get him chasing.
Gets the appeal, but first base umpire says he didn't swing.
Nice. Now count is 2-2.
Sometimes you do get into that 0-2 count, and you're riding off those 2 strikeouts, and you're thinking, oh man, I can't mess up right now. Like I'm flying, and then kind of shuts the door on you a little bit. But you can bounce back. There goes a foul ball to bring back a little more confidence after the 2 straight balls.
Elevated fastball after back-to-back changeups.
See what he brings here now on 2-2.
Sine goes back to the changeup, gets him. Man, swing and a miss. 3 straight strikeouts for Michael Sine, and a heck of a way to rebound after giving off that leadoff home run. We got a 5-5 game. We'll be back from the MPI.
At Academy Sports and Outdoors, you'll always find more fun with great brands at the best prices. More of this, 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 and this. So you can get together for a little of that, that, and a lot more of that. And even some of that, and that's good. Have more fun with great brands at the best prices. Only at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Love back out on the mound, and he will be facing off against Hurtado, Chukka, and Beeler for Scorpions. We got a 5-5 game here. That was a confluence of events right there, as we saw a foul ball and a ball coming on from another field at the exact same moment.
It looks like we still got the strike foul called. Umpire didn't put his hands up to say that it was out of play yet, so we will take that strike, and it'll be 0-1 to Hurtado.
That was like a visual effect that we just dropped on him.
It's tough to keep up with, that's for sure.
Love drops in the breaking ball for strike 2.
Yeah, big change in that velocity there. We've talked about how Love can get up to 88, that first fastball 85, and then that breaking ball only 71 miles an hour. So definitely changing up the pacing of this at bat with Hurtado.
Yeah, if you're not going to be a guy who throws into the 90s, have that big speed differential there on the breaking ball, and you can throw some people for some loops. And Love is certainly doing that. That one roped down the right side into the glove of the first baseman for the first out.
Yeah, kind of looped over there to first. Seemed like maybe it had enough to get over his head, but good work there at first base to reel it in and get the first out.
So now with 1 down, we'll see Steven Chukka.
Good lefty-lefty matchup here.
Chukka, the UCF signee, watches the first pitch miss inside.
Love definitely feeling good with that breaking ball, but just barely misses the zone there.
He goes back to it, nearly same spot, gets the swing and a miss to make it 1-1.
Yeah, well executing right now with that breaking ball.
Mixes up with the fastball inside for a strike.
Really like the sequences that they're going with right now with Love on the mound. Whether that be his catcher's call or his, they're doing something right.
Miss inside. One thing you got to like about Love, too, is the arm angle is pretty consistent. The breaking ball and the fastball.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough guy to read, and then in lefty-lefty matchup as well makes things just even that much harder.
Chukka gets a hold of this one, sends it down into the gap, and that one's going to roll up against the wall. Steven Chukka making his way to second base. Is he going to hold? He is not. Chukka on his way into third. He's going to be in for a triple. Steven Chukka drills that one to the right field wall and has himself a triple for Scorpions.
He was absolutely flying around the base paths right there. Kind of lucky that that ball got far enough into in between the right fielder and the center fielder and got all the way to the wall, and it seemed like he had some trouble picking it up as well, and Chukka easily slides into third base for the triple.
In position now to give Scorpions the lead as we got a 5-5 game. Luke Beeler now at the plate. Beeler's last AB was interrupted for a pretty substantial amount of time during a weather delay.
It's lucky for him it was a 0-0 count that he came back to.
Yeah, that would have been a whole set of mess for him.
Everybody loved to get the strike. Quickly down 0-2 for Beeler.
Man, he absolutely rips this one into the left side, and left fielder will have it. Runner's taken off. Chuck is going to make his way home, and just like that, Scorpions have a 6-5 lead.
Yeah, Chuck just showing off some speed all throughout his appearance there. And big spot there. Good work on the sacrifice hit, and good work by Chuck to get around the base paths and go ahead and score.
So Vince Farrell's spot, but we are actually going to have a pinch hitter stepping in for Scorpions. And now we're going to get a look at Gabe Grallo. Grallo, South Florida signee out of Jupiter High School.
Just looked at Steven Chuka's 60 time. I think it's outdated. 7.17 seems like an old number if you just saw him run around the bases to get to third.
Grallo, 6'3", 190-pounder, 12th ranked outfielder in Florida, 40th overall. He's 70th in the nation at the position, 395 overall. .65 lead now for Scorpions. Slated to have Max Murray up next. Get Grallo to bite. Gets away from the catcher.
Good matchup here so far in this at bat.
Well, Grallo gets hit almost squarely in the 8 on his back, and he's going to make his way down to first base. That's a heck of a way to come off the bench.
Yeah, for a moment it almost looked like it might have hit off his bat, but yeah, just got a big hit off of his, looks like his upper back, and he'll be taking his time walking down to first base to shake that one off.
All right, so we are not going to see Max Murray, who is scheduled to hit. This is going to be Aiden Phillips. Phillips, the lone uncommitted player that you're going to see in this game today out of Columbia High School in Florida. 5th ranked third baseman in Florida, 62nd overall. Exit velos around 100.3, bat speed north of 85.4 for the 2020 junior feature game, or something tells me Aiden Phillips is not going to be uncommitted for much longer as the defensive swing sends that foul.
I actually have an update for you. He is committed now. It was in the past couple of weeks he did make his
Okay.
commitment. It hasn't updated on his prep baseball profile, but went to his Twitter. He's a Jacksonville commit.
Okay, love it. All right, so Jacksonville commit. Congratulations to Aiden Phillips. Removing that uncommitted notation. The throw, though, is going to have to delay his AB as they get the runner on his way into second. Got a 6-5 lead for Scorpions when we come back from the National Program Invitational.
Where's it written? Only grill burgers? Nowhere. That's where. Now throw on some sausage. And keep it juicy.
Boogie, woogie, jam, slam, bust the dialect. I'm the man in command. Come, flow with the sounds of the mighty mic.
some more. Michael Sine on the mound for Scorpions, who leads 6-5 over Easley Baseball Club here in the quarterfinals in this game rewind of the National Program Invitational. It's going to be facing off against Kevin Landry Farr, the number 10 hitter for Easley Baseball Club, and it's back to the top of the order in Cooper Waddle. Easley looking to respond here. They were able to get themselves a home run out of Bellevue to lead off their first inning, and then Sine just went into lawnmower man mode and just got 3 straight strikeouts, wielding that changeup to quite effectiveness.
Misses it on the inside half that time. Turns Kevin Landry around and starts him off 1-0.
A 6-5 lead for Scorpions as we sit here in the 5th inning. That's in for a strike. Fastball at 89.
Okay, I went to Kevin Landry Farr's Twitter for hopefully some clarification on this. It seems like Kevin Landry is his first name. It's just not hyphenated. So he goes by first, middle, and then Farr is just the last name. So looks like on some graphics he's got KL.
KL Farr?
Yeah, KL Farr.
All right, we will furthermore refer to him as KL Farr. Only his mom and dad, I'm sure, and grandparents refer to him as Kevin Landry when he's in trouble.
That's probably true.
Yep.
I think we've all gotten the first name, middle name called at us. I'm sure you've used it before.
Oh, yeah. Well, my one son has 2 first names, so we have to, it's a mouthful. Farr puts that in play. Third base has it. Long throw across the diamond, able to get the out there on the stretch from the first baseman. Nice job there at first base from Phillips, who came in the last inning as a pinch hitter.
And then maybe give some payback to Ethan Holliday. Made the first baseman work a little bit and then throws it over his head after he gets the out.
So KL Farr grounds out, and now we're back to the top of the order in Cooper Waddle.
And that's Aiden Phillips now at first base that filled in the last inning and was not the final out, but final guy at the plate.
Waddle shows bunt on that changeup, but pulls back and has himself a 1-0 count. It's in for a strike, fastball at 89. (6-5) is the lead for Scorpions here in the 5th.
That ball up high makes it 2-1 to Waddle.
Rare miss off that changeup. Even when he has missed with it, it's largely been low. Trying to get guys to chase, but that one, the rare ones that seem to get away from him.
That one caught it.
Yeah, it goes back to it there at 82 for the strike, looking to make the count evened up. Excuse me, 3-2. Waddle sends that one into the glove of, I believe it was third base had that. So we've seen Ethan Holliday switch over from shortstop to third. He's been responsible for the first 2 outs of this inning, and now we're going to see Braden Morondo. Southern Miss signee at, again, Amory High School in Mississippi. Trying to get something started here with 2 down and his team trailing 6-5 in the 5th. That's in for a strike.
Yeah, still pretty amazing to see so many lefty batters in this lineup for Easley.
Another strike. Count's not going to be 1-2. Now 2-2. So now the game behind them is done. So this is the last bit of action going on. Is again, this one rages into the night here, a late night for everybody involved. You see the premier sports trainer out there doing some stretches.
I'm trying to stay awake.
Yeah. Never know when you might be called into action.
That is true. Those guys definitely have their work cut out for them on a weekend out here. I know that.
47 pitches so far for Sine coming in on relief of Watson. Just misses. Really wanted that.
That's one where maybe if the catcher holds onto it, he gets the call, but it seemed like the catcher was set up on the outside half, and Sine put that one a little closer to the middle of the plate.
So now going to have a full count here to Moranto. May have gotten himself a free pitch after a would-be strike. Called a ball, and Serrano puts that in play. Not going to be able to glove it at this, not able to convert there as that goes into right field. So Moranto with a 2-out, basically infield hit.
Yeah, it's one where ideally the second baseman tries to make the play on it. You know, momentum-wise, it makes the most sense. He could flip it to the pitcher that's covering first, but it seemed like first base was trying to get out of his second baseman's way, and so he wasn't able to back it up. In that scenario, you kind of want first base to play backup, and just seemed like second base cut him off a little bit and wasn't able to get the same route he'd like to back up that hit.
So we'll have a runner on here for Gray Eubanks. Potential tying run for Easley standing at first. Fastball inside at 87 for strike one.
Yeah, long pause there on the mound for Sine, definitely taking his time up there.
Sine goes back to the changeup, diving for swing and a miss and strike two.
Yeah, quite the swing and miss rate on that changeup today for Sine. Getting a lot of guys to bite and putting it in some competitive spots as well.
Probably helps that he's seeing so many left-handers off that as well.
Yeah.
Goes fastball, back pick throw to first.
Looked like that was intentionally called there. Hurtado set up a little bit further outside than he has been and kind of flashed the glove twice. Sine firing the fastball to the outside. They gave it a try. Don't blame Eubanks for being a little caught off guard and trying to dodge, get out of the way of that one. Hurtado was throwing a missile down to first base.
He's got a 1-2 count. Sine gets a swing and the miss and the elevated fastball, and they're going to strand a runner. 6-5 continues to be the lead for Scorpions. We'll be back, but this game rewind.
Next. Next. Stop.
You got it?
No. Keep going.
Again.
Next. Next.
If you don't pick one.
Oh, you have time. Am I keeping you from your job? Next. I don't even know where I am anymore. Stop.
Do we finally have it?
Let's go back to the beginning.
Are you
Your
joking?
electric future customized. The fully electric Audi Q4 e-tron.
Making every second count. That is how I live. And this is how I hydrate. Body Armor Sport Water. Water for the athlete and all of us.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere?
And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf. Because we're busy women.
We don't have time for lag or buffering. Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again?
Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
Aiden Phillips' last AB delayed by a runner caught at second. He'll get to continue this matchup with Alex Love. Scorpions up 6-5, and he's first pitch swinging. Phillips sends that one back to the wall. Knew what he wanted to see after that first matchup there with Love, as he's got himself standing at second with an easy leadoff double.
Yeah, a little ground rule double there. Just barely snuck over the top of the fence on the bounce, and like we said, easily slides his way into second base to start off this inning exactly how you'd like to see it for Orlando Scorpions.
Bryson Ayala's turn now with the runner at second. His team up 6-5. We sit here in the bottom of the fifth inning.
Phillips keeping those legs stretched out there at second base, ready to run.
Oh,
quick
throwback to second. Yeah, I mean, quick throwback. You almost wouldn't have begrudged Phillips for not even seeing that one coming.
Yeah, kind of on that turn back around, and didn't see him throw that ball down in the corner of his eye.
Ayala shows bunt, pulls back for strike one.
Definitely the way that Phillips is moving around there at second base seems like Scorpions wants to go for some small ball here and get a bunt laid down from Bryson Ayala and just move the runner over to third.
That's exactly what happens as Ayala makes his way down to first and does his job as the runner does advance Phillips to third.
Yeah, Phillips doing a good job just playing decoy out there at second base. Throw the pitcher and catcher off their momentum a little bit. And when that pitch comes in, Ayala lays down a pretty solid sacrifice bunt right there.
So Ayala records out number one, and now we're back to the top of the order, and Ty Kennedy, the runner at third. Scorpions searching for an insurance run here. Get themselves into the semifinals of the 17U bracket of the MPI. Kennedy sends that one foul, the breaking ball at 71 miles an hour. So the count's now going to be 1-1.
When you're thinking about how late this game goes, these guys, whoever wins this game, the turnaround 10 a.m. bright and early back here to play that semifinal game. So certainly a game that whoever does win this game is going to want to get home, get some rest, and get right back up and get ready to go.
You camp out underneath the stars here at the baseball village, and you'll be here bright and early for those bracket play games. Ooh, Kennedy has to dodge his way out of that one.
Kennedy working a pretty good at bat here, trying to make things happen. Now that you've got one out, runner on third, you're trying to add to this lead that you got back, and see, swing and a miss right there. But good work so far out of Scorpions with this approach here in this inning.
Breaking ball at 70 mile an hour that he swings through and runs the count to 3-2. Going to put the ball in play and drive in that insurance run. Kennedy does put it in play. The third baseman though throws home in time, and they get Phillips. Kennedy will now be standing at first off the fielder's choice.
That's some great heads-up work there by the defense for Easley in the infield. You immediately, as soon as that ball comes off the bat, you know exactly where you want to go with it. You send it home, you get the out at home, and you'll gladly trade an out at the plate for a guy reaching on an infield fielder's choice.
So now going to be 2 down for Ethan Holliday. Kennedy standing at first. Love misses on the first offering, an 85 mile an hour fastball.
Now you're kind of trying to look for late life here in this inning. You had things pretty well set up for yourselves if you're Scorpions, and now runner on first, 2 outs with Holliday coming up to the plate. Just a much different scenario that you find yourself in now.
Last 2 pitches from Love have been an 85-mile-an-hour fastball and a 69-mile-an-hour breaking ball.
Wow. No wonder Ethan Holliday swung and missed. You can get the best of him on it.
It goes back to the same pitch, almost the same location.
Yeah, saw that one a lot better this time around.
Got him in a 1-2 hole. Obviously, the brother of former #1 pick Jackson Holliday, and potentially could be the first brothers to ever go #1 in the MLB draft.
I was about to. I wonder if there's even been like first-round brothers, let alone #1.
Yeah, I would imagine. I think B.J. Upton was also a first-round pick. I believe Justin and B.J. were both first-rounders.
It's a good shot right there.
In for a strike. Love gets Holliday looking. Little Anna and Elsa action for you there as Ethan Holliday's left frozen and a runner stranded. We'll be back as we continue this game rewind from MPI.
So yeah, outrage is trending. Our feed's stirring us up, splitting us up. What if we came out from behind our walls and keyboards just for a sec and just go yard, front yard? Come out bagging, jumping, check on that Johnsonville feed. Let our individual flavors blend together. Yes, block nobody, block party. Keep it juicy.
The Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
Sine steps out, and we have a new pitcher on the mound for Scorpions. This is Aiden Tomlinson, Oklahoma signee at a Delaware High School in Oklahoma. Top-ranked righty in Oklahoma, 10th overall in the class, 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Curveball that sits around 72, 73. Slider at 71, 73. 6'6", 210-pounder is going to have to deal with Luke Romine, Chandler Day, and Tanner Beliveau.
Long delay here on the mound for Tomlinson, but delivers his first pitch. It's a ball outside.
6-5 lead for Scorpions as we sit here in the top of the 6th inning. Spot in the NPI semifinals on the line. Another long delay here. Tomlinson really gathering himself between pitches. Works that breaking ball in for a strike.
It's worth the wait.
Stylistically, for Scorpions, you start off with Watson, who was a lot of fastball, breaking ball guys. Then you go to Sine, who was just fastball changeup. Now you bring in Tomlinson, who is largely a fastball, breaking ball guy, as he works another one in for a strike.
Yeah, and, you know, despite all 3 of them being right-handers, they definitely bring it all in a different way, and I think that really aids to why they've had some pretty good success here, especially after the delay. Just making things happen.
Check swing, got him. Romine goes down on strikes. Tomlinson's first batter results in a K.
That's a good work right there, sequencing-wise. You throw the 2 fastballs, you just don't quite have it there yet. It's your first guy of the day, and then you bring it back to 2 strikes looking, and then on the breaking ball, and then you bring the fastball again to change things up, and you go from a 76-mile-per-hour breaking ball to a 92-mile-per-hour fastball, and no surprise, there was a swing and miss. Another long wait for Tomlinson. Definitely takes his time up there on the mound.
He does have a changeup and works it in for a strike today. Ooh, goes back to the breaking ball. That's in for a strike. Count's not going to be 0-2.
I think I can pretty confidently say about these 3 different pitchers that we've seen for Scorpions is that they all have kind of that exact build you're looking for in a pitcher at the next level.
Tomlinson, 6'6", 210 pounds. Misses outside on the breaking ball. Count's now going to be 2-2. Ooh, just gets him holding. Oh, man, that changeup just misses inside of 83. Count's now going to be full.
It was a real competitive changeup.
Miss high to draw a walk today, so it's strikeout to Romine, walk today. And here comes Beliveau, who homered on the first pitch of his last AB.
Good work in that at bat by Chandler Day to just hold off on some really competitive pitches. You see 2 straight pitches for strikes that you watch go by. Chandler Day, you know, technically didn't do anything there. He just kind of stood there, watched 6 pitches go by, and now he's standing on first base. So good work right there, being patient at the plate by Chandler Day. And now, like you mentioned, bring Beliveau to the plate, who wasn't very patient his last time around, but definitely worked out in his favor with the solo shot on the first pitch. Got a mound visit here. I will say, Scorpions like to use all their time they can up there at the mound.
Yeah, I feel like if we were to take out all the mound visits here between Hurtado and then the coaches coming out to have their conversations, you'd probably wipe about 20 minutes out of this game broadcast.
Maybe they could have gotten out of here before midnight.
Yeah, there you go. Human weather delays. Here is Mississippi State signee Tanner Beliveau. Chance to push Easley into the lead. They trail 6-5. His solo home run in his last AB on the first pitch. They'll see a second pitch this time around.
Certainly seen our fair share of Mississippi State signees here at LakePoint this summer, and just in these last broadcasts we've done, last week's broadcast with Knights Nation, you see quite a few Mississippi State signees, and now a number of others here for Easley. Good take there.
And that fastball at 90. Real close in location to the last one. Doesn't get him to bite. Count now going to be 2-0. Goes away to Beliveau. A little bit more inside on that as he fouls that off.
Yeah, it was good pitch placement there by Tomlinson. Couldn't get him to bite on anything on the outside, and then bring one on the inside in a good spot and force him to take a hack at it.
Comes the 2-1 from Tomlinson.
They call that a foul ball? Is that? Oh.
Wow, okay, so it hit Beliveau. Did not look like it hit Beliveau. I don't think Beliveau thought it hit him.
Yeah, that was a little interesting. I'm not sure what the call. It's scored as a hit by pitch, but certainly didn't look that way. Talk between the umpires. It seemed like the umpires might have been on the same page there when you initially see that call.
Yeah, in real time, it did not look as though it hit him. It looked like it hit his bat.
For any of our YouTube viewers, you're welcome to go back, put it in 0.25 times speed, and
there you go.
Get the call for yourself, and then let us know in the comments what you think.
All right, so he will stay at first base. So we're going to have runners at first and second off the hit by pitch from Beliveau. So we've seen Tomlinson go strikeout, walk, and hit by pitch. Now he's got Ethan Barnes with 2 on, 1 down.
A little more of that time being spent there at the mound like we've talked about.
I think Hurtado has spent as much time on that mound as the Scorpions pitchers.
I think we've just seen Hurtado throughout this game. You see him pumping up the infield, pumping up the pitchers. He seems just like a team guy.
Yep.
Just looking to get his final words out every time.
Well, the true general of the infield. So here's Ethan Barnes with one down. Tomlinson misses, breaking ball inside. Fastball sent back to the backstop, make it 1-1.
This is a big spot here for Easley. Great opportunity to potentially get some runs on the board here.
Yeah, Michael Stene, 3 innings pitched, gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts. I mean, he just had a really hard time with that changeup he was wielding. So an interesting decision as they move away from him here in the 6th inning.
Yeah, I think part of that being that, you know, 2 innings after the delay.
Yeah,
he had pitched the 1 inning before, those 2 innings, and gave up the home run, fights back, striking out 3 straight, and then just kind of seemed like it would kind of his day had come to an end naturally just over time.
That'll be in for a strike. Fastball at 90 miles an hour. Count will now be 2-2 to Barnes. Again, you got 2 on, 1 down. 6-5 is the lead for Scorpions.
Time called from the batter.
Missing the fastball at 92, so the count will now be full to Barnes.
Barnes gets real low in that stance at the plate. Maybe not quite early days Albert Pujols low, but maybe later in the career.
Starts off with gets himself down into the squat position. Bounces that 3-2 pitch, so the bases are now going to be loaded as we turn things over to Gabe Boyd with 1 down here in the 6th.
Big celebration there on the walk, too, by Barnes. That was awesome.
Easily got themselves in prime position now, 6-5 ball game, 1 down. Boyd at the plate. Boyd exit velos north of 90 mile an hour for another of the Mississippi State signees on this Easley team.
Looks like we have a shoe tying delay there at second base. Having some trouble. I'm not too sure.
There we go.
There we go.
All right.
Got it all figured out.
Yep. All is good again, and now here comes Boyd for this crucial AB with 1 down, bases loaded in a 6-5 game. Tomlinson, the Oklahoma State signee, gathers. Drops a breaking ball in at 75 for strike 1. Talked to Avery Hunt a little while ago. See him standing under the Audi Marietta sign. That one goes back foul off the breaking ball. Counts now 0-2 here to Boyd. miss inside.
Looks like Hurtado was trying to get the foul ball call off the end of the bat, but don't think we quite got contact there.
Hey, if you're not going to get Beliveau when it didn't even look like it actually did hit him on the hit by pitch, I think that's not happening. All right, the count's now 1-2. Boyd somehow puts this in the outfield. It is going to be all kinds of trouble, and Easley's going to find themselves well positioned on the scoreboard. See what he does here. 1-2 count, 1 down, 6-5 game. That one's on the ground. Second baseman has it. Goes to the bag. The throw over to first is going to be wild. 1 run has scored for Easley, so we got a 6-6 game here.
They're lucky that Beliveau wasn't rounding third base. Seemed like he just kind of strolled into third thinking that it was going to be a routine play there, and they luck out with a bounce off the fence. But, man, that could have been 2 runs quickly, but they luckily saved themselves on that error.
We are all tied up now at 6-6. 2 down. South McCoy now at the plate. Just nearly got, I guess it barely got him. Yeah, it does get South McCoy. Looked like he tried to work his way out of the way of that pitch, but just got his jersey. So South McCoy headed down to first base.
Yeah, it kind of looked like it, like he, you know, when he backed up and picked his hands up, it almost just kind of grazed his chest as he backed off, and maybe more caught his jersey than anything. But still a hit by pitch. We'll have a conversation out here with Tomlinson. Seems like things have kind of gotten away from him here in this inning with.
Well, that's going to be it for Tomlinson.
Wow.
All right, so the Oklahoma signee, Tomlinson, makes his way off. We're going to have a pitching change for Scorpions. We'll be back. We got a 6-6 game here in the MPI. New pitcher for Scorpions, Brody Utinen, FAU signee out of Timber Creek High School in Florida, 6'3", 175-pounder, walking into a mess here as he's now going to face K.L. Farr, the number 10 hitter for Easley Baseball Club. You got the top of the order looming. We're all notched up now at 6-6 here in the 6th inning.
Yeah, definitely a bad spot to come into in the relief, but you certainly have the chance to just show up and make something happen here. It's similar to what happened to Love for Easley when he came in with Beliveau's struggles right after the delay, and now we'll see what Utinen has to offer here.
He may have been a little bit crossed there on the signs, Hurtado and Utinen.
Yeah, Hurtado, no stranger to going out there asking some questions. So
I think he's got a pedometer, and he at the end of the day wants to know how many steps did I log, and
maybe
we're just ratcheting him up by going back and forth between behind the plate for the mound.
Yeah, catchers don't get a lot of steps in.
That's right.
Just trying to work on his cardio. You can always respect that.
Yep. Fastball misses for first offering from Utinen. Long game for both these teams as we sit here in the 6th inning in a game that was delayed by weather.
Seems like he got something in his eye there at the plate and had to take a second. Worst thing is when you get something in your eye and you're wearing batting gloves. It's a pretty inefficient thing to have on to try and, you know, knock some dust or some dirt out of your eye. Gets back in though. Puts a good swing on it.
Yeah, Farr gets that second base. Now second baseman. Previously now shortstop Kennedy feels that himself, tags the bag, and that will bring it into the inning. But we are all tied up 6-6. We'll be back. You're watching the National Program Invitational from LakePoint Sports.
Grilling is an art. Don't forget to add sausage, Picasso. Keep it juicy.
Jump to the jam, boogie woogie jam slam, bust the dialect, I'm the man in command. Come, flow with the sounds of the mighty.
Going to see some more of Alex Love on the mound for Easley Baseball Club in this 6-6 game. Cash Williams at the plate, going to be followed by Lamar Edwards and Sebastian Hurtado for Scorpions.
He just misses the outside there with the breaking ball to open things up. See if Cash Williams can bring some late life to this Scorpions lineup.
Yeah, bottom of the 6th inning, so game that has just reared on here. I mean, you see there's no other action on any of the additional fields. So the one good thing, you don't have to worry about a ball coming on for another field. We're near the last bit of action here at LakePoint Sports on a day. That's in for a strike.
Scorpions now heading into the bottom of the 6th here. You're 2 innings removed from your last run and hoping to find a little bit of life here and get yourself that lead.
Love goes breaking ball. That's going to miss. Count's now going to be 2-1. It's going to draw a walk to Williams to start things off. And here comes Lamar Edwards.
Now if you're Scorpions in a tie ball game like this, you looking to try and jump on something, get Cash Williams moving around the base paths, or are you trying to kind of play small ball and just hope you can even get a run?
Yeah, you got a guy in Williams that can move, and yeah, gets it down the throw to second in time for 1 out. Man, they got an incredible double play. Wow.
That is unbelievable defense right there. Wow, good work on the catcher, and then a fantastic delivery from second to first to get the double play. But what a play right there. Wow.
Yeah, Lamar Edwards, the would-be sacrifice bunt to move Cass Williams along, and, man, get the throw down at second to get 1 runner and throw back to first for another. And
seems like
all of a sudden Scorpions got themselves down two outs here in the 7th.
Yeah, and it looks like Scorpions coach was trying to talk to the home plate umpire, trying to say that hit in foul territory when it was picked up, saying that the catcher didn't wait for it to get far enough forward. But call stands, and a huge double play and some fantastic defensive work by Easley.
Yeah, some of the best defensive work I think we've seen at any point across the entirety of the season here at LakePoint Sports.
Yeah, that was incredible. Now Alex Love, a little bit easier job here for the rest of the inning.
He's got catcher Sebastian Hurtado at the plate. Missing the breaking ball. Yeah, just some great work behind the plate to get that thing going, because it's a rarity that you see a catcher being able to throw down to second base to be able to start off a double play, but we saw exactly that, and man, that was one we won't forget anytime soon.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Counts now 2-1 to Hurtado. Miss inside, 3-1. Scorpions looking to get anything going here in the 6th inning with 2 outs, 6-6 game.
Love trying anything he can to stop that from happening. Close one.
Yeah, miss high, so we're going to have a 2-out walk issued to Hurtado, and Steven Chukka, who had a extra bases and a triple on his last trip to the plate.
Certainly wouldn't be a bad time to recreate that. We'll get the courtesy runner for Hurtado at first so he can get geared up for the next inning.
Yeah, pretty nice when you can bring in as a courtesy runner Brody Walls, who comes in as the Texas signee out of McKinney Boyd High School in Texas, the 5th-ranked right-handed pitcher in that state, 13th overall, 20th in the nation at the position. And I just use him as a pinch hitter in a 6-6 game in the 6th inning.
Yeah, just kind of make your life a little easier. Wall's not exceptionally fast, at least from the numbers we've got. Back in 2022, ran a 7.44. I would assume he's probably a little faster by now, but as a pitcher, you know, it's not really too worried about his speed. I think they just want to put a body on first base.
So back-to-back fastballs out of the hands of Love. Going to have the count 2-0 to Chucka.
If you Love, you don't want to let this great defensive play that kind of puts you in a much better spot get away from you here and end up extending this inning. It hasn't necessarily been a great inning by Love here on the mound. You started off with the walk, and then you lucked out with the double play from your defense, and then another walk here. You're just trying to reel things back in for Alex Love on the mound.
Chucka, the UCF signing, trying to keep things going. Walls takes off for second base. The throw is in time, man.
Do all the work back there.
Talk
Do it
about
all.
a fantastic job behind the plate for Easley in this inning. We're still notched up at 6-6 as we move along to the 7th. We'll be back with this Game Rewind.
At Academy Sports and Outdoors, you'll always find more fun with great brands at the best prices. More of this, and this. So you can get together for a little of that, and a lot more of that. And even some of that, and that's good. Have more fun with great brands at the best prices. Only at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Your eyes do not deceive you. There is a runner at second base. Is here in the 7th inning. There's been a decision of the lateness of the current time when this game was actually happening. They were going to go to California rules, so there will now be a runner at second base and 1 down in the inning. Which, Grace, what time did you say that this inning started?
This inning started 11:54 p.m., and as we noted earlier in the game, these teams had to be back to, or whoever wins this game had to be back here at 10 a.m. to play the semifinal matchup. So Avery Hunt back there, probably the one spearheading that decision, and probably a good choice there to try and make this thing roll on so that we're not here too late for everybody.
So KL Farr is standing at second base, and Cooper Waddle now at the plate. The last batted out is the runner that takes over at that spot at second base, just like we've seen at the major league level when we had the. I never liked him calling it ghost runner because it's not a ghost runner. You know, it's just like a free runner. I think that's what they should just call it, the free runner. Utanen is back on the mound for Scorpions, gets the swing and the miss on that breaking ball.
I think for a lot of teams, obviously there's not much of a game plan necessarily that you think of ahead of time for going into extra innings because you kind of hope you don't have to be there. But I think different teams have different approaches. Some people want to be aggressive. Some people want to play the small ball and would like to see what happens because you also have to take into account there's 1 out as well to start these innings.
2-2 count. Yeah, Waddle sends out one in the glove of the right fielder. Farr taking off for third. The throw to Holliday sails past him off the fence, but Farr will stand at third with 2 down.
And that's kind of a very normal thing that you see happen in these, obviously the MLB now employing these rules as well. And you see the fly out and advance the runner to third base, but, if there wasn't already an out on the board, it would look a lot better. But now you're 2 outs with a runner on third, and the pressure is on for whoever's up to bat.
Yeah, I would almost rather you do it without the first out. Just get a runner at second and just start it off that way, because at least you get a situation like this where you conceivably could then have a guy trying to score from third on a deep ball hit. But nonetheless, Easley strands that free runner. Will march along from the Game Rewind of the NPI.
Where's it written? Only grill burgers? Nowhere. That's where. Now throw on some sausage. And keep it juicy.
Woogie woogie jam slam, bust the dialect, I'm the man in command, come. Flow with the sounds of the mighty mic.
John Bingham is the new pitcher for Easley Baseball Club, stepping in for Alex Love. Mississippi State signee Bingham is out of Lyon County High School in Kentucky. Second-ranked shortstop in Kentucky, 55th overall in the nation at that position. We're going to see him on the mound, though, where he's up to 92 with a changeup that's at 76 to 86. Curveball 76 to 78. That's quite the range on that changeup, by the way. Slider 77 to 78 with over 2,300 spin, and he will be at Super 60 in February, putting on his talents in front of the MLB scouts. But for now, he's going to have to face Steven Chukka with Brody Walls standing at second base. Walls benefits from being on base 2 times in this game without ever stepping to the plate.
Yeah, not a position that most people would find themselves in, but Hurtado being the last batted out, or I guess technically he wasn't even the batter. It was Brody Walls that was the last out on the base path. So kind of an interesting position that he puts him in. Somehow he advanced to second safely. I guess he just took an extra inning in between.
That's right. Took a change in rules here as we again sit in the 7th inning playing California rules with a runner at second and 1 down in the inning.
Yeah, so now you try to see, obviously Easley was jumping on him offensively, sent 2 out to the outfield for consecutive flyouts to end their inning. See what Scorpions look. Oh, there's a pass ball, which is extremely costly in this rule set.
So Wall is going to be standing at third base. I love that the scoring for the last 2 pitches just said other, as we get a little bit of a freeze here in this video.
That's an interesting way to score it, but a pass ball nonetheless that advances the runner to third.
Scorpions 90 feet away from walking this thing off here in the 7th inning, getting themselves a spot in the semifinals. They're just going to intentionally walk Chukka. We're seeing a little bit of everything here in the late innings. So Chukka walks, and here's going to be Luke Beeler,
Wichita State signee.
So issuing the free pass has now put Scorpions in a position where they can turn a double. Scorpions in a position where Easley can turn a double play on them and get out of this thing with the benefit of 1 down.
Yeah, definitely a logical move here by Easley, especially when you consider how well the defense has performed in the later parts of this game.
Miss on the fastball to start things off to Beeler. So we're past midnight when this was actually happening. You got a game that just seems like it doesn't want to end. You got a guy 90 feet away from a winning run. I'm sure that it's sneaking into Easley's mind a little bit. Let's just go home, as that one's going to be put on the ground.
And they do exactly what
they wanted to. They give him the intentional walk down, and Easley is able to turn the double play, and this thing's marching on to inning number 8 when we come back with this Game Rewind.
Next. Next. Stop.
You got it?
No. Keep going.
Again.
Next. Next.
If you don't pick one.
Oh, you have time. Am I keeping you from your job? Next. I don't even know where I am anymore. Stop.
Do we finally have it?
Let's go back to the beginning.
Are you
Your
joking?
electric future customized. The fully electric Audi Q4 e-tron.
Making every second count. That is how I live. And this is how I hydrate. Body Armor Sport Water. Water for the athlete and all of us.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere?
And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf. Because we're busy women.
We don't have time for lag or buffering. Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again?
Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
Newton back out on the mound for another inning as we set here in the 8th of this quarterfinal matchup from the National Program Invitational. Cory McCartney Grayson Rosen with you as we continue, and we're going to have Greg Eubanks, Luke Romine, and Chandler Day at the plate for Easley, trying to give themselves a lead and then see if they can back it up defensively here and get a spot in the semifinals.
This pitcher-catcher combination has worked together before at Timber Creek, so shouldn't see too many miscues, hopefully, between this battery, but see what Easley has to offer here. Last time around, they jumped on the first couple pitches and sent flyouts, and might be off to a pretty similar start here. What a catch in left field.
Wow, man.
Wow.
Up against the wall, Braden Moranto, the free runner, is going to have to make his way back to second base, and Greg Eubanks just missed, putting Easley ahead. And, man, it's been just a fantastic play in left field. Now has 2 down here in the inning.
Yeah, that's absolutely huge. If that one drops, definitely scoring on that one. And, wow, what a catch to save those runs. And you also, you know, as the runner on second base, you can't necessarily wait for the tag up on that one, because if it drops, you got to score. So great catch, and it saves you from almost imminent trouble.
Pressure now on Luke Romine, the Ole Miss signee, with now 2 down here in the 8th. Utanen drops in the fastball there for strike 1.
With 2 outs, you kind of have to put something into the outfield, and well hit here if you want to score that run.
Rips one down the right side, and that could have actually done it right there. It had been in play, but Romine going to have to see if he can get something done on the next pitch.
Long wait here as
Yeah.
Hurtado gives Unison the call behind the plate.
Sends that foul. And Tomlinson before him, and now Utanen. 2 guys who are taking their time in between pitches.
Probably a good point in the night to maybe take your time, think about what you're doing up
Yep.
there, because if you start rushing yourself, it could prove very costly.
Romine with 2 strikes on him. Swings through that one, drop third. Throw to first will bring an end to it. So a runner stranded, the free runner stranded for Easley. We are on to the bottom of the 8th inning. Scorpions, seeing if they can make some magic happen and get that spot in the MPI semifinals. We'll be back from LakePoint Sports.
So yeah, outrage is trending. Our feed's stirring us up, splitting us up. What if we came out from behind our walls and keyboards just for a sec and just go yard, front yard? Come out bagging, jumping, check on that Johnsonville feed. Let our individual flavors blend together. Yes, block nobody, block party. Keep it juicy.
The Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
Bottom of the 8th inning, and John Bingham back on the mound for Easley Baseball Club. Vince Farrell is at the plate for Scorpions. Can have a different pinch runner For Scorpions stepping in here, representing the game-winning run. Farrell, first pitch, puts that in play. Can't get it. Second baseman can't glove that. Runner's going to get back to third. The throw is wild. Runner's taken off for home. The throw is in time.
Wow.
They got him at the plate.
Wow.
Man, what a ridiculously strong throw over to home to get the runner.
Great work by Easley to not give up on that play. Wow.
Man, Scorpions thought they had this thing won. Man, now going to be 2 down. Wow. Aiden Phillips now stepping to the plate.
Goodness, that was as clutch a moment as you can find from your defense. Seems like everything was crumbling beneath you. With you missed the intentional walk.
Right, so Aiden Phillips going to be intentionally walked. So you're going to have Phillips at first, Farrell at second.
Man, that was ridiculous. You misplay the ball at second base and you throw across. You miss the throw, but you recover by backing up your throw and getting the play out at home. That was as big as it gets. As Easley keeps themselves alive here.
So Bryson Ayala now at the plate. Runner at second and runner at first. Taking off for home at third. They gets away from him. Runner's taken home. The throw is nearly a replay. Tries to jump over top of it. They got Farrell at the plate. They called him for interference. Farrell scores. Scorpion walks this thing off a interference call at third.
Wow.
Wow, what a wild finish. Scorpions puts themselves in the semifinals of the MPI. We nearly had 2 fantastic plays at the plate from Easley to get themselves out of this inning and keep their hopes alive. But, man, a interference call at third ends it, and Scorpions are winners.
Absolutely unbelievable finish. You get caught up there at third base. The third baseman just outstretched and trips the runner and brings him back. Wow, what a absurd finish to what was a crazy game all the way throughout.
Scorpions on their way to the semifinals, and just an absolutely wild game here as we wrap things up in this quarterfinal matchup in the MPI. Scorpions are 7-6 winners, and I don't know that we had a crazier finish to any game that we saw here all summer long here at LakePoint Sports. 7-6 win. We had a really great play defensively from Easley that looked like, you know, they put him down to 2 outs. It looked like they had just an absolute replay of it. Vince Farrell able to jump over top of the catcher. We thought they had got him. Ends up being an interference call, and, man, that was just a crazy, crazy ending.
Yeah, and that interference call being called at third base. So the catcher did his job. It seemed like he got the tag. It seemed like they got the out to stay alive and get the third out of the inning and hopefully bring up somebody to get something going in the 9th. But instead, when he got tripped up rounding third base, that's where he got called for the interference. And it scores the game-winning run.
An absolute wild one, no doubt. And this is not the end. We'll have plenty more game rewinds coming for you as we inch closer to the start of real live baseball here at LakePoint Sports in the Georgia Dugout Club Tournament February 14th. So make sure you come by and check that out. And, of course, make sure you're following us on all our social channels, as we'll have so much more content coming your way, and we'll let you know about the next one of these game rewinds. So until next time, for Cory McCartney and Grayson Rosen, we're